Hello. Today we'll study about the calibration of a venturi flume. You have studied about the venturi meter. Venturi meter is used to find the discharge in the pipes, but venturi flume is used to find the discharge in the open channels. So in venturi flume, it has got convergent part, throat, and divergent part. And here, from this direction, water will flow. Water will flow from the channel and it reaches the convergent part, throat, then divergent part. So for this calculation, what we need is we have to calculate the Q actual and Q theoretical values. Okay. So to find out that, before that, what we have to do, we have to find out the area at the inlet, means area at the convergent part and area at the throat. Okay. So how will you find out the area? If it is a channel, you have to find out the breadth. So in the pipe, you should take cross-sectional area, but it is an open channel and it will be like square. So what you have to do is you have to find out the area here. So area, how will you find out? So cross-sectional area at section 1, A1 is equals to width of channel into depth of flow. So width of channel you will get from the laboratory. Okay, and then depth of flow you have to calculate. What will be the depth of flow at the inlet? So let us say it is A1 is equals to capital B into capital H. This is the width of channel and depth of flow at inlet. And then again you have to find out depth at throat. So section at 2A2 is equals to width of throat into depth of flow at throat. So let us say small b is the width of throat and small h is the depth of throat at, depth of water at the throat. So next, Q actual is equals to A1, A2 into square root of 2G into capital H minus small h divided by square root of A1 square minus A2 square. After finding all this, you have to find out Q actual, and next what you have to do is you have to find out the Q theoretical. So how will you find out the Q theoretical? You have a formula. Q theoretical is equals to area into H dash divided by T. So Q theoretical here. So after coming out of this flume, water will be let into some tank. Okay. So you have to measure the time taken for the raising water in the tank for certain height. So let us say for 10 centimeter height, for 20 centimeter height, like that, you have to find out the height. So in the laboratory, capital A, measuring tank area will be given, and only you use to find out H, height. Sorry, you have to find out T, time taken for height. H dash, you will usually keep it as 10 centimeter or 20 centimeter. So after finding Q actual and Q theoretical, find out the CD value. CD value is equals to Q actual by Q theoretical. And this CD value for venturi flume, it should vary from 0.6 to 0.9. Next, let us see the tabular column. So this is the tabular column. So here, hook gauge reading, this you have to take the gauge reading at the inlet. So at the inlet means the depth of water. So H1 is the depth of water, initial depth of water, and H2 is the final depth of water, and find out the difference in depth. So you will get the actual depth of water which is flowing in the flume. Similarly, this is at the throat. Similarly, find out same way and find out the difference between these two and calculate Q theoretical. This is a tabular column for the measuring tank and the time taken, and this is Q actual, which you should find out making use of these values, and find out, you have to find out CD. So let us see this in the laboratory.
Measure the hook reading and the depth of the channel. So leave this hook and note on the reading here, and at the inlet, it is at the inlet. Similarly, move towards the throat. Similarly, measure the reading at the throat. This will be the initial reading. Write it down in the initial reading. Now you can see water is flowing. Now measure the depth of water in the inlet and throat. Now touch this hook to the surface of water along this, and then note down the reading here. Next, again move this to the throat and touch this hook to the depth of water or surface of water and measure the depth here. Okay, you will get the depth of water at the throat. So by this you can calculate the area of the area at inlet and also area of the throat. So you need to calculate area, you need breadth, right? So breadth at the inlet and also breadth at the throat is given here, Okay, and then you will calculate by making use of this So by this you can calculate the Q theoretical. And if you want to get the Q actual, you know that this water is flowing and it is in shallow here. So what you have to do is log this and note down the time taken for raise of water for about 10 or 20 centimeters. That will be enough. So you will get the height of water here, and you will get the time taken to reach this height, and also you know the dimension of this tank. Then you can calculate the Q actual. And then, so this is your first step. Then you can increase the quantity of water. So now see the water. See the discharge of water. You can see the depth of water will change. So here if you measure, again, note down for the second trial, note down the depth of water. Note down the depth of water at inlet, and then move towards the throat, and note down the depth of water at the throat. Similarly, note down the depth of water in the time taken for the increase in height of 10 centimeters in this collecting tank to calculate actual. This is about second trial. So we repeat the same experiment for more discharge. Take the initial and final reading at the convergent and flow, and then measuring the time taken to for pressurize the tank, calculate the Q actual, and then find out the CD. CD we know the CD is equal to Q actual by Q theoretical. Get some values, and the values should range from 0.6 to 0.9 for this experiment.
Yes, from the laboratory we got that at the inlet, initial reading or the hook reading at the bottom, at the bed of the channel is 3.3. We got 3.3, and always it will be 3.3 only initial reading, and the depth will change as you increase the discharge. So at first trial you will get 8.6, and find out the difference, it is 5.3, and again at the throat you find out the difference, you will get 3.8, and you should find out area 1 and area 2, area at the inlet and area at the throat. So it is given that breadth of the channel is 25 centimeter and breadth at the throat is 13 centimeter, and area of the measuring tank is directly given, it is 1850 centimeters square. So first find out area 1 and area 2, and here this is H will be different, only H will be different, and this capital B is constant, capital B is all we are constant, only H will vary for each experiment. So it is for first trial it is 25 given that into 5.3, here we got 5.3, and then find it will get 132.5 centimeters square, and A2 B into small h, so B is already given, so it is 13 into 3.8, here it is 13, sorry it is 3.8. Find out the area and then find out Q theoretical, substitute for the formula, and you will get 2888.158 centimeter cube per second, and here you should substitute G in terms of centimeter only, because you all measured everything in terms of centimeter. So you have to substitute G in terms of centimeter only. So G is acceleration due to gravity in centimeter per second square. So you have to substitute in terms of 981. Okay. Then find out a Q theoretical. Q theoretical is the capital A into A H dash divided by T. Capital A is already given, and H dash is the height. Height is you have to keep it constant, whether it is 10 or 20 it is left to you, and it is 10 we are taken, so 10 divided by 8. 8 is the time taken to fill the 10 centimeter depth of water in the measuring tank for the first trial. So after this calculation you will get 2313.5 centimeters square per second, and then so you have to write in this tabular column. So find out CD value. CD is equal to Q actual by Q theoretical. It is 2313.5 by 2880.15 is equal to, you will get 0.801. So write it here. Similarly, repeat the same calculations for the all the trials and find out the average CD value, coefficient of discharge. So for this average CD value, you will get 0.77.